The elevator gods have noticed your cowardice. You have been betraying us now for too long, choosing to take the stairs, attempting to introduce some extra guarding into your pathetic routines. Heed my warning now. Our cables are tight, our counterweights primed. The elevator lords are returning, and we are hungry.
All aboard? Okay. Next stop, my basement. I'll meet you down there!
Welcome everyone, number 10, let's begin. What a way to start things off. This host world is infested with invaders, and one of them backstabs him as he activates the elevator. And from that, one of the only ways to survive this insane lethal fall is discovered. With sheer luck, the Darkwood Grain Ring recovery iframes kick in just as he lands. There's no more to this clip really, it ends as one of the invaders comes down with a firestorm, but that accidental hardcore parkour is a sight to behold. Number 9. The elevator gods are unhappy with the last one because he got away. So this time Sponge Jelly is the invader. He's been chasing a defensive host all over Lothric Castle, and of course, there's only one place the host can run to. This clip is hilarious. The timing is just perfect with the way the host turtles up into the corner and just stands there like a wall. Unfortunately, the elevator was not his friend today. We've seen people survive and die to the elevators, but such an untapped power attracts the wild, thrill seekers who seek to manipulate the elevator to their advantage. Advina has invaded 2, soon to be 3, as a vengeful blue spirit arrives and turns against him. He fights back bravely, considering the circumstances, he's doing a good job. Yet sometimes, in the most dire situations such as these, you must turn to forces infinitely more powerful, just to level the field. He takes the elevator up, and sends it back down, with himself now riding the roof. An all too common mistake is to see an empty elevator and assume it's safe. Amazing execution, almost a complete overkill as well, but that plunge attack hit the host and did the job perfectly. These 3, Atreus Ninja, Hypersouls and Genosmile, were doing a themed Game of Thrones playthrough of Dark Souls 3 when they decided to tempt fate on the Anolondo Tower.
Così. Mi arriverà l'ascensore in testa a decapitarmi.
Ti immagini se potesse
Butta
fare
fuori
danno?
dalla mappa.
Se potesse fare danno?
I can't say I knew that would happen, but after it happened, I wasn't surprised. Number 6 is from Big Boss, and Big Boss is a little bit chaotic neutral, we find, or maybe pure chaotic evil. I've never really understood the alignment system, but anyway, it's a selection of clips with the Soul Level 17 host summoning in white and blue phantoms ready to help him out, and they're heading off across the Lothric Wall on an adventure. This player is a mischievous trickster, summoning in helpful players just to feed the elevator. How it worked is he got a friend to invade him and backstep off the elevator on the way down, landing on the rafters. Just to add insult to injury, he actually draws attention to the invader about to shoot each time by pointing.
He saw me at the last minute.
Dark Matter ends up in a bizarre situation. Firstly, he's invaded in the Grand Archives while on his spellcaster build. He's running to the elevator while being chased. What's happening at this point? The invader is hiding on top of the elevator, just like a previous entry, except the roles are reversed now. After some time, the host realizes he can't shake him loose. So he just takes the elevator back up and makes a genius discovery. Casting a spell on a moving platform affects the spell path. It works a bit differently. You can see as they go up, the profaned flame is firing downwards. That's when the light bulb moment happens and he flips the switch. $200 IQ big brain moment. What an awesome way to cook an unwanted passenger. Feels like it's been a while since we've seen a disgraceful cheater. But here we go again in Dark Souls 1. New Londo Ruins, on Lees, traps a cheater with unlimited health and stamina, along with one of the Dark Wraith Knights. Unfortunately, the Dark Wraith Knight isn't quite up to the task, although he does give it a good go. But you know there's an enemy far greater and far more deadly. See, sometimes even elevators do the right thing. Dragonsin and his friend have actually managed to find a way to manipulate the elevators to their advantage, and it's quite smart. They're waiting for invaders to spawn in near the inner wall bonfire, which is above their location, while one of them stands on the elevator button, making sure it can't be called upwards. This is great because of the context. The elevator depth doesn't look quite lethal. It looks like you just might be able to jump it. And they're encouraging you to think that, looking like a nice juicy target, ripe for a plunge attack. All these invaders who are taking the bait just end up being a nice feast for the elevator. Now, I've said before that elevators can't be trusted, but Sasha here thrives in the chaos and ends up causing a Gravelord extinction.
First blood. Double kill. Triple kill. Mega kill. Ultra kill.
The elevator must have lost its mind this day because we've never seen such a massacre. That was at least 5 dark spirits and spirits of vengeance being smashed, shattered, broken and wrecked. Number 1 features Dragonborn 007, going above and beyond what I thought we'd see today. For this submission, the first thing to be aware of is a little fact about cutscenes. Cutscenes can still occur in multiplayer sessions. The way it works in Dark Souls is it freezes all the players, targets and objects that have spawned while the cutscene plays out. The giant Anor Londo rotating elevator in Dark Souls 1 happens to have one of the most interesting cutscenes because a huge section of level geometry changes position, which leads to a very unique opportunity. So he managed to pull this off a second time as well, and it's even crazier. To break it down, he's aiming at this exact spot, the base of the pillar, with a greatbow waiting for the host to trigger the rotating cutscene. Once the huge staircase rotates down from the top floor, the host should be perfectly lined up by the lever. When the host finishes the cutscene, he has about a full second of invincibility frames that prevent him from dying to anything. This means, a bit unfortunately for everyone who wants to try this, you need to release your arrow 10 frames or less before the cutscene is activated so that the arrow has enough airtime to kill the host when he exits invincibility. Incredibly, in the second clip, he even had to deal with a sharp-eyed, bloodthirsty white phantom as he's focusing hard on aligning the shot. And yet, he has a calm composure of cold steel. So I annoyingly have forgotten who it was, but someone the other week reminded me that we haven't done a top 10 ranged kills for Dark Souls 3, which is unacceptable. So that's the next topic. Bow and arrow kills would be great. There's consumable items like throwing knives, whatever, crossbows, greatbows. However, you can interpret ranged how you like, within reason, and if you can't think of anything else, you can use spells and so on as well. And although this topic is primarily for Dark Souls 3, I'll still accept clips from 1 and 2. Any console, as always, everyone's invited to participate. There's more information below. Thanks for watching, thanks for sending in stuff, guys. Stay safe and healthy, everyone. I'll see you soon.